Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to the Pay to Save Hangout. My name is Todd, and in the next handful of minutes, I'm going to walk you through our presentation and give you a pretty good understanding as to who our company is, where we're going, why we're exploding in growth, and more importantly, why you might want to participate. And first and foremost, I want to mention we're a company based in Marietta, California. We're a debt-free company, a lot of money in the bank. We're a savings company. We're about saving people money. We have a host of products that are saving people hundreds of dollars per month, thousands of dollars per year. And it was that passion to save people money that spawned our mobile app, which has just been creating all kinds of excitement and energy and sales. And we've just, been watching our company just soar like you can't even imagine. It's been breathtaking to watch what's happened and kind of walk you through a presentation to give you a pretty good understanding as to why there's so much, excitement over that mobile app. And we'd like to start with a pretty simple question. Have you ever dreamed of, being in the right place at the right time, being able to quit your job and just live life on your terms? Well, if you wanted to make a lot of money 30 years ago, you had to be involved with the computer revolution. Didn't matter much what you did in computers. You could have been in hardware, software, chips. If you were in that space, you were in a position to cash in. Well, it seems like every 10 years, something big comes along. So 10 years after computers, guess what? It was the internet revolution. And again, if you were in that space, a lot of different areas you could have been, you were in a position to cash in. 10 years after that, you had to be in Mark Zuckerberg's dorm room. It was the social networking revolution. Well, here we are 10 years later, and today, what's the next revolution? It's the mobile revolution. And the evidence is all around us. But if you simply think that, my gosh, if I forgot my mobile phone this morning and I was late to work, would I go back and get my mobile phone? And if you're like most people, yeah, you're about to be later. I can make it through the day without my wallet, but I can't make it through the day without my mobile phone. And, if you're north of 30 years of age, you're part of what I call the TV generation. Growing up, our parents would say to us, all you kids do is sit around and watch that darn TV all day long. But we don't say that to our kids or grandkids anymore. Today, we say all you kids do is sit around and play with that darn mobile phone all day long. And when you really grasp that, you begin to realize that the television set is no longer the gateway to commerce. It is now the mobile phone. And whoever controls the gateway to the mobile phone, that is the next big thing. That is your next iconic company. And we have a plan to go out there and put our mobile app on 1 billion phones and be a big part of the gateway. And that's what I'm going to outline for you here is how do we plan to put our mobile app on 1 billion phones? Well, for those of you who have never seen our home office, this is what it used to look like. I'm actually in our brand new home office right now. We just vacated this premise and went to an office that's much bigger. Again, our growth has been great. And we'll get the slideshow updated so you can see a picture of our brand new, beautiful home office. By the way, for those of you who have not seen our mobile app, once again, this is what it used to look like. This is our 1.0 version. And we just began to roll out our 2.0 version. So we were doing our proof of concept with the 1.0 version. And we started right here in Marietta, California. And I'll never forget walking into that very first merchant and saying, hey, how would you like to get on our mobile app? And they looked at it and they're like, there's nothing on here. You could be the first. What an opportunity. So we had a very humble beginning. But then things just took off like a rocket. We had merchants pouring into the app. People were using it all over town to save money on, dry cleaning and pizzas and, going over to the rock climbing place and ice cream and every kind of business you can imagine. And we began to realize that we had a grand slam. This was our proof of concept. In fact, right here in Marietta, I think we had 6 to 7 times as many restaurants as even Groupon. And so once you realize that, you're like, wow, how do we go duplicate this, all over the country, all over the world? And so we began to work on our 2.0 version. And in our 2.0, we expanded our offerings. So it's no longer just about saving money at local merchants. You can now also save money at big box retailers. You can save money at Walmart, PetSmart, Kmart, J.C. Penney's, Starbucks, all kinds of places, Outback Steakhouse, Chili's, Waffle House, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's 9,000. I'm sitting here like stuttering there's so many rushing to the head. If you can think of it, we probably have a coupon where you can save money at that particular location. And so what we're taking advantage of is the digitization of coupons. Never again do you have to clip a coupon or buy some voucher in advance. Simply walk in, show your mobile phone, save some money. Nothing could be simpler. And if you simply think about Groupon, they built a pretty big business. They set a record fastest to 1 billion in history. And, all they do is focus on small local merchants. If you think about a company called Retail Me Not, Once again, pretty big company, publicly traded, got a market cap of about 1.4 billion. All they do is focus on big box retailers. We happen to do both. And so this is all we were doing. You could build a big company. But this is not, again, NOT not what makes us revolutionary. What makes us revolutionary is we have a program called incentivized sharing. And incentivized sharing really kind of picks up where social networking left off. If you think about, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Flickr, Candy Crush, Angry Birds, Happy Birds, Depressed Birds. All these platforms have taken advantage of, social networking, which I call social sharing. You click a couple of buttons, you share with your friends, they click a couple of buttons and share with their friends, and that's how they begin to grow their network. But if you begin to, really diagram and dissect that, you begin to realize, wait a minute, we're the ones bringing the customers. These companies are cashing for billions of dollars based on our efforts. And if I'm the one bringing the people, if I'm the one clicking the button, inviting my friends so that money can be made, which is what's happening, then shouldn't I get a cut of the transaction? And in our company's estimation, the answer is yes. And so we put together a program where on our mobile app, you can click a couple of buttons, you can share it with your friends. As your friends go around town saving money, you're going to be in a position to make money. And we drop that money on the Visa debit card. In our company, we pay every single Monday. People in our company say TGIM. Thank goodness it's Monday. And so let me kind of quickly review this. I want you to really grasp this, from the consumer's point of view. So the consumer says we build a mobile app from Google or Apple. Correct. You're telling me big box retailers. Correct. You're telling me I can push a couple of buttons and invite all my friends. Correct. And you're telling me that although I've never spent one dime with your company, if my friends buy anything, that's a potential payday for me? Correct. Under those kind of circumstances, how many people do you think are going to push that button and share with their friends? How many? And if you're like most, you're thinking, my gosh, a lot. Most, everybody. Who wouldn't? And that's what sets up a viral concept, unlike anything we've ever seen before. In fact, the only thing we can even benchmark against is a game called Candy Crush. That game came out just 2 years ago. And in 2 years, over 1 billion people have played that game. 1 billion. How do you get 1/7 of the planet to play your game in just 2 years? Candy Crush did that by giving people an incentive to share. Now, their incentive wasn't a monetary one. It was a free life. You're playing the game. You're on level 2, trying to get to level 3. You're getting killed. You're running out of lives. And Candy Crush says, by the way, if you'll push the button and invite your friends, we'll give you more lives. And so people started pushing that button. I'm trying to get to level 3. Invite. And that's why all of us have gotten those invitations again and again and again and again. And so Candy Crush spread virally. And by the way, that company made $500 million in profit last year. Not sales, profit. $500 million in the bank. What do you want to buy? Candy Crush is absolutely crushing it. Why? Because they gave people an incentive to share. So we looked at that and said, you know what? What if we up the ante? We don't want to give you some free life in some virtual game. We want to give you Benjamin Franklin's. We want to give you real money for the very real game of life. We want to pay you to push that button, and we happen to be the first company in the history of the world to do it. And again, we call it incentivized sharing. And here's how viral it can be. Let's assume for one moment you invited 200 friends. Now, I'd be willing to bet each and every single one of you, if I opened up your mobile phone this very moment, if I opened up your Facebook account, your Instagram account, you've got more than 200 friends. So I'm using a pretty conservative number. And I'm going to assume also for one moment that you are not very popular. Out of your 200 friends, only 20 of them were willing to download a free mobile app that can actually get them some free stuff. And so, only 10%. So your 20 friends download the app, terrific. Your 20 friends pushed a couple of buttons and invite their 200 friends. 20 times 200 is 4,000 invites. 10% download the app, 400 people have the app. 400 people invite their 200 friends, that's 80,000 invites. 10% download the app, 8,000 have the app. If you do that just one more time, you now have 160,000 people who now have our mobile app. If all you ever did was make 10 cents per month per person, it'd be $16,000 per month. And ladies and gentlemen, you haven't recruited one person, not one. You don't have a single distributor. These are all just customers. Customers getting customers, a viral network, making just pennies per month can add up to a substantial income. Now, by the way, if you happen to make 21 cents per month per person, which is what Facebook does, that would add up to about 32 grand a month, which you can't live on, but it's a good start. And so, again, unbelievable potential just in a retailing opportunity. And I use this number as a hypothetical example. I'm not assuming that that's what you're going to do. It's for illustration purposes only. But, some of you may look at our company and say, you know what? I dig this thing. I like this idea. I want to do this as a business. Well, we have a 3x10 matrix compensation plan. And if everyone were to go out there and simply give away our mobile app to just 20 people each, okay, now remember, our app is free. You can't sell free. So everyone gives away the mobile app to 20 people each. And those 20 people go out and simply click on just one thing per week at a local merchant. Now, I'm also going to assume that these 20 people, they don't push the button. We're not going viral here. We're going to digress for a moment. The brand partners themselves give away the app. No one pushes the button, doesn't go viral. But if you fill up a 3x10 matrix of everyone giving away the app to 20 people each and they click on one thing per week at a local merchant, that adds up to potential income of almost $1 million per month. Now, again, I'm not to suggest you're going to make $1 million per month. This is a hypothetical example if we lived in a perfect world, which we don't. But it does make the illustration that there's a whole bunch of money, an incredible income potential for giving away a free mobile app. And the question is, what if 10% of your potential came to fruition? That'd be $100 grand a month. What if 1% of your potential came to fruition? It'd be 10 grand a month. What if 1/10 of 1% of your potential came to fruition? And ladies and gentlemen, it'd be $1,000 per month. I don't know of anyone that's opposed to cashing a $1,000 per month residual check for giving away a free mobile app. And again, it's just math. It's just, giving away an app and making pennies per month per person. Again, keep in mind, Facebook makes 21 cents per month per person. If 10 of us were the only people ever joined Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg would make $2.10 per month. But instead, Forbes has him at $35 billion. So that idea caught on. Those 21 cents a month can add up in a big, big way. Now, there's 4 phases to our opportunity. Number one, we're in phase number 1 right now. We're lining up local merchants and big box retailers. And then we're going to go to phase 2. We'll begin to put products on the app. Every kind of product that you can think of. George Foreman grills that normally sell for $129, we can put them on there for $62. And anytime somebody buys something, you're getting paid. Clothing, books, apparel, skincare, electronics, jewelry, wine, shoes, music, you name it. If you can dream it, just picture Amazon on an app, a mall without walls. We're going to put it on there. Anytime anybody buys anything, you're getting paid. And then finally, we're going to go into mobile gaming. Big time money being had in mobile gaming. Candy Crush, $500 million in profit last year. The Kardashians are going to do better than a blockbuster movie. Their very first year with their mobile game, over $200 million. Mobile gaming as an industry is expected to double in the next 4 years. There's already as many people playing mobile games as there are people on computers. A massive market, and we're going to use the mobile gaming to springboard into the international markets. This will be a global endeavor. We will, in fact, go to Canada. We're going to go to, Eastern Europe, Western Europe. We're going to go to Asia. We're going to go to, Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, again, South America. People play games around the world. People buy products around the world. We're going to use a mobile app spreading virally. People buy stuff. You're getting paid. This is our basic game plan. Now, let me change subjects just here for a moment. If you were to download a Groupon app, a Travelzoo app, one of the best-selling products on a mobile app happens to be travel. And so we put together a package called the Dream Share, where you can go to 4,000 resorts in 85 countries. You can stay at these resorts for up to 8 days for $299. Unbelievable prices. And let me give you some specific examples. Now, these were examples we put together some time ago, at the time of booking. These were the examples. So here's the Wyndham Valley High Resort, incredible place in Hawaii, full kitchen, full living room, couple of bedrooms, some of them have jacuzzi tubs. This place goes for over $2,215 from Expedia. You can see Expedia's logo in the upper left-hand corner. This was a screenshot. You could book this exact same place at the time of booking for $300 or $499. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a $1,700 savings. Who doesn't want to go to Hawaii for $499? How about the Mayan Palace Riviera? Once again, this is a place that goes for $2,100 for 8 days. Beautiful resort. You could have booked this place for $399. I mean, folks, that's $50 a day. I mean, you can't go to a Motel 6 for $50 a day. I mean, most people can't afford to stay home for $50 a day, all right? I mean, go to the resort and run their air. But we're not limited to resorts. We can save you money on hotels, flights, rental cars, vacation packages, movies, golfing, sporting events, shows. And how about getting $50 a month from restaurants.com? I mean, they got over 17,000 restaurants. Each and every single month, we're going to give you $50 a month in food. You can actually go down there, order food, use the certificates. My wife and I, we love to go to a place called Anthony's. It's a 4-star restaurant right here in Marietta, California. We went there just a couple of weeks ago, and my wife ordered the gluten-free pasta. We got the Greek salad. She ordered a glass of wine. I ordered the lasagna, and I even ordered an individual pizza to go, right? I mean, Sunday, the next day was Sunday, right? And you got to have pizza with football. And so I got a pizza to go. Entire bill, 4-star restaurant, with the linen cloths and the candlelight and the piano guy. So entire bill came to $46. I hand him a $25 certificate, and I walk out the door for $20-something. I mean, I couldn't have taken her to Carl's Jr. or Hardee's for $20-something, but I could take her to a 4-star restaurant for that price. And ladies and gentlemen, trust me, the rest of your night is going to go very differently based on which of those 2 locations you go to. And by the way, I kind of brushed over the hotels here, but we got people who are saving big time money on the hotels. We got a bunch of young guys right here in Southern California that are booking hotel rooms every week and getting some of them for half price. We got people going to the movies for a fraction of the price, going to shows in Vegas and things of that nature. So it's an incredible way to save money if you like to go out, have fun, dine out, travel, that kind of stuff. You're going to love the program. And then we also save people money in the medical arena. And the big one here is our Teladoc. Over 8 million people have signed up for telemedicine in the last few years. It's a program that gives you access to a doctor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no copay ever, covers the entire family. So that's a big deal. You can actually talk to a doctor, from your state, a board certified MD, 15 years of experience on average. You can call the doctor from the comfort of your home. The doctor can diagnose you via video conference or telephone, write you a prescription drug if necessary. Within 20 minutes, you're on the way to the pharmacy where we can save you money there too. But it's an incredible experience. We also give people a family dental plan. This plan happens to come from Aetna, little bitty insurance company. And although it's not insurance, it's a plan that can save you up to 50% at the dental offices. They didn't want to sell an insurance plan, so they just went and coordinated all of the dentist offices and got obviously discounts up to 50%. And so it's a pretty big deal. We have a vision plan, which can save you a ton of money on the contact lenses and all those kind of things. A pharmacy plan where you can save up to 85%, and then a legal plan. And legal plans are a little like car insurance. It's the last thing you want to talk about until something happens. And by the way, on that pharmacy plan, we got a good friend now, Tom Denoto, and he's got a guy from his church, Mike. His daughter has these migraine headaches, and it was costing him $700 a month to buy this medicine. And he went to the pharmacy with our pharmacy card and said, hey, can I get this medicine any cheaper using this card? And it saved him over $300 a month using our pharmacy card. So it's a pretty big deal when you think about how many families are out there, picking up prescription drugs on an annual basis. And, we have a way that they can possibly save some money. It's a pretty incredible program. But the big thing I want to leave every one of you with is timing. When I graduated high school in 1989, if you wanted to make a lot of money at that time, the one place you had to be was Microsoft. At that time, they were a juggernaut. They could do no wrong. Microsoft was going through the roof. Everybody was given stock by Bill Gates. Didn't matter what you did. You could have been a programmer, an executive, a secretary, or even a janitor. Everybody got stock. And because the company went through the roof, people got wealthy. And they actually wrote books called The Microsoft Millionaires. But have you heard of anyone getting rich at Microsoft lately? No. In fact, they just laid off 18,000 people. And so the difference between getting wealthy and getting a pink slip is, did I join the company in 1989 or did I join the company in 2009? Same hardworking people, same education, same work ethic. The only difference is timing. If you look at Sheryl Sandberg, she recently wrote a best-selling book called Lean In. She cashed in for nearly $1 billion at Facebook, but she used to work at Google. but she missed the big ride at Google. So she made that move from Google to Facebook. She caught a company that was young, became the COO, rode the growth cycle of the past 10 years of social networking, and cashed in a pretty major way. And so again, it's timing. It doesn't matter whether you're doing real estate, whether you're doing stocks, or you're doing business. If you can find a hot trend, you can find that next big thing to get involved with. It's going to put you in an ideal position to maximize your income or maximize your income making potential. And I don't think anyone around here is debating whether or not mobile is a fad. I mean, this is the hottest industry going right now, mobile. Find anything in that space, and you can ride the wave to success. And at the moment, we happen to be the most radical, innovative thing to happen in mobile yet. And it's a pretty big deal. And to get involved with our company, there's two ways. Number one, you can get qualified by either purchasing or selling one of our Dream Share packages for $199. Now, again, what do I get for $199? You're getting access to the 4,000 resorts, 85 countries. You can go stay there for a fraction of the price. And then we also have the $49 a month Ultimate Club that we sell. And this is a savings package that saves people money on a monthly basis. You can buy one or sell one. And that package is an incredible value. In fact, when you look at what's in the package, we give you the $50 a month in food. And so if you happen to eat out, you're at break even right now. We give you the Teledoc, which 8 million people have purchased that product for $29 a month. We give you the dental plan. And we give you the legal plan. There's a publicly traded company in our space that's doing incredible sales. Publicly traded, hundreds of millions of dollars in sales that sell that legal plan for $25 a month. We're going to give you the access to the travel portal. There's a company that sells that for $50 a month. We're giving you everything for $49 a month. And by the way, if you go sell 4, you pay no more. If you simply get 4 other people who say, man, I love these products and services, and they're enrolled and they're paying their $50 a month, you sell 4, you pay no more. And at that point, you're getting the benefit of everything we do. You're still getting the food, the Teledoc, and the legal plan, vision plan, pharmacy plan, everything. You're just not paying anything per month. Now, our more popular package happens to be our $399 package. Here, you're going to get 4 times the vacation for twice the price. And so you can access the resorts. These weeks are transferable. You can sell them, give them away. Great Christmas presents. Here it is December, right? So you can do with them as you wish. They never expire. You can use them this year, next year, 10 years from now. And this package, by the way, also is going to fast track you in our compensation plan, which is simply going to help you make a lot more money a lot faster. Now, here's our G4. Go out there and get 4 and you pay no more. And then finally, our compensation plan. There's a number of ways of making money. And one of the ways is with merchants. If you were to go out there and bring a merchant on board, you're in a position to make 10% of any commissions we ever receive from that merchant from here on out. And so let's say you sign up the local pizzeria, and then you forget all about Paid to Save. Everyone who ever shows up to that pizzeria and says, hey, I'm here to get the buy one, get one free, at that point, you would be able to, make 10% of any commissions we receive forevermore. Now, there's also another way to make money, and that's if the merchant were to give away our mobile app for free. And a fun question to ask the merchant is say, Mr. Merchant, just ballpark, how much money do you currently make when your customers shop somewhere else? Just ballpark. And they're like, I don't make anything. Well, what if I could show you how to make money on your customers, even when they're shopping at your competition, even when they're shopping at big box retailers? Would that be of any interest to you? Well, yeah. Look, if you give away our mobile app, we got these table tents, we got these acrylic holders. You give away the mobile app as your customers go around town saving money, you're going to be in a position to make money. Well, guess what, folks? Not only is the merchant making money on those customers, so are you. And if those customers push the button and share with their friends, and their friends share with their friends, and their friends' friends, you're going to make money off that entire group of people. And here's what that looks like. Let's say that you push the button and they invite 20 people. Well, you're going to make 10% on anyone you personally give the mobile app to. Well, let's say that your 20 people push the button, invite all their friends, and 400 people download the app. You're going to make 5% on this group. If they push the button and the group keeps getting bigger, you make 5% into perpetuity. And here's how that works. Here you are, and you share with friend number 1. You're going to make 10% on what they do. If friend number 1 shares with friend number 2, friend 1 makes 5% on friend 2, okay? And the other 5% comes up to you. If friend 2 were to share with friend 3, friend number 1 would not make any money on friend number 3 because they can only get paid one level. Now, friend number 2 would make 5% on friend number 3, and the other 5% would come up to you. Same thing here. Friend 3 shares with friend number 4. Friend 1 and friend 2 don't make any money on friend 4. Only friend number 3 makes 5% on friend 4. They get 1 level, and the other 5% comes up to the brand partner, that being you, which means you can continue to make 5% into perpetuity. And if you go back and look at those examples we gave you earlier where you shared it with 20 people personally, and then they click the button and the group keeps getting bigger and bigger, if all you ever did was make 10 cents per month, per group of people, this is the kind of money from a pure retail sales perspective that could happen. And again, this is a hypothetical example, but it's to kind of show you how the compensation plan actually functions. Now, we also give you the ability to build a team of people, a team of brand partners who are out doing what you're doing. They're out, getting mobile app customers. They're out getting merchants. They're out selling Dream Shares or Ultimate Club packages, and all those sales flow through our 3x10 matrix compensation plan. And a 3x10 means you can have 3 people on your front line, you can have 9 brand partners on your second line, 27 on your third, 81 on your fourth, and that goes all the way down to the potential of 59,000 people on level 10. Now let's assume that you were getting paid 1% on your first level, 2 on your second, 2 on your third, and then that goes all the way down to where you can make up to 10% on your 10th level. That's that box over here on the far right. This shows you the percentages that we pay out per level. Well, going back to that example we gave earlier of everyone giving away the app to 20 people each, here's the kind of volume that could happen if those people were going to a local merchant twice per week. By the time you get to 7, level 7, if you filled the matrix up perfectly, everyone gave away the app to 20 people each, and they click on it twice a week at a local merchant, you're looking at a potential income of over 20 grand a month. And by the time you get to level 10, you're looking at a potential income of over 1.5 million a month. So staggering numbers here. And again, this is illustration purposes. We don't live in a perfect world, but it does make the point that a large group of people doing a small activity, pennies, can add up to some significant money, even if only 10% or 1% of your potential happen for you. And then we also have our Dream Shares, which are been incredible products that we've been retailing for a while. We've got the $199 Fun Pack. We've got the $399 Endless Fun Pack. These are packages that we sell that give people access to the resorts, again, for pennies on the dollar. And the amount of money that you make when you're retailing these packages is all based on where you're at in the compensation plan. So let me give you a quick example based on what a lot of people do, which is the Endless Fun Pack. Assuming that you went out and retail one of those, and you bring on Manny, Maria, and Jack, and they each retail one of those packages, you'd make 30 for Manny, 30 for Maria, 30 for Jack. If on the fourth person, let's assume for one moment that's me, I'm your fourth person, I go out and retail that package, you're going to make $120 on that sale that I made. Now let's assume that I go out and begin to build a team of people who are also retailing those packages. On the first 3 sales of the first 3, infinitely deep, you're going to make $90 on every package that gets retailed. And so if I were to bring on Manny, who got up, sold a package, I were to bring on, Mo, who sold a package, I bring on Jack, who sold a package, you're making $90 on every package that gets sold, again, into perpetuity. As people are out there, selling the packages, and they get people who are selling the packages, and they get people who are selling the packages, you're making 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90 on all of those sales. And again, at this point, I'm your fourth person. You can bring on a 5th person, a 6th person, a 7th person, where you've got these $90, sales that are happening on every package that's sold into perpetuity. You can have multiple lines where this is taking place. And by the time you get to your 10th person, you're going to bump up in the compensation plan. And let's assume that 10th person, will just say that that's, Bob. And Bob goes out there and begins to build a team of people who are retailing these packages. Now you're not making $90 on every package that's sold. You now begin to make $120 on every package that's sold on the first 3 of the first 3 of the first 3, again, into perpetuity. And then you can move up through the compensation ranks where you can get as high as making $180 per package that's retailed in the marketplace. So unbelievable compensation. And by now we hope that most of you have at least gathered, kind of grasped that mobile is the e-commerce platform of the future, and that we're a revolutionary concept at the very forefront of this movement. And we want to put our mobile app on 1 billion phones. But as we begin to depart here, we're going to leave you with just one kind of final question. And that is that if you really hit it big with our company, right place, right time, mobile takes off, the question is, what would you buy? Why would you do the business? Is there something in this world that you would love to go out and be able to do? I know a lot of times people think, my gosh, I've always wanted this dream car. Well, some of those dream cars can be leased for a couple of grand a month. I mean, so you don't always have to become a millionaire in order to experience some of the things that maybe you wanted to experience. Maybe you just need to have a little part-time home-based business that you build up to the point it's making you a few grand a month, and you can begin to do some of those things that you never thought you'd be able to do. Where would you go? I mean, which places around the world would you visit? Another big question is, how would you arrive? Would you arrive in Rolls Royces and airplanes and yachts? I mean, personally, I got my eyes set on this, Ferrari bus over here, which some people say looks like a big, gigantic juicer. You got the little black round thing in there. That's where the vegetables go in. But anyway, so, obviously, how would you arrive? Limos and jet airplanes. How would you spend your time? Would you go golfing? Would you spend time with your kids or grandkids? Would you be on the beach? Would you be someone who's surfing, biking? And then, of course, there's the big question of what would you do? Would you build homes for the homeless? Would you feed the hungry? Would you visit the lonely? Would you donate to charities? And we simply want you to get back with whoever invited you to be here. Number one, thank them. Because they wouldn't have invited you to look at our presentation if they didn't think you were someone that could make big things happen with our company. I mean, someone thought enough of you to invite you because they obviously see value in you. At a minimum, I hope you'll download our mobile app so that you too can start getting paid to save today. And thanks for being with us.